All right, guys, welcome back to Revest Fishing. Me and Timmy back out here Tuesday, right? Tuesday after winning this past weekend's Living to Fish. Gonna kind of do like a FLW day 5. We're gonna go over in detail where we caught our fish, what we caught them on. Once Timmy gets this cast in, he'll have him come up here. He's just as desperate to fish instead of coming up here and talking.
Well, I basically just threw 2 baits all weekend, and primarily I stuck with the Gary Burton's J&J Hurricane spinnerbait, white with a little split tail trailer. The Hurricane in the fall has always been really good on this lake, and the important thing is that you couldn't let it get down in the stuff. You literally had to wake the bait under the surface, and those fish would just come up and pound it. Had 3 good fish on Saturday, and Sunday the bite was a little different, more just keepers, and then it couldn't get down in any of the grass. We were throwing some stand-up grass along this bank right here. We stayed with it for 2 weeks. The fish held up, but the Hurricane spinnerbait, just boiling it under the water, and those fish would come up and right at the edge of the cover, and they just blasted. And I mean, it jerked the shoulder. Second bait I threw basically was a Sunday afternoon deal. I threw it probably 5 times through the weekend during the tournament, and then on Sunday afternoon about 2:30 we had a limit. Got into a pretty good location where Travis had caught a fish early on top water. We just hadn't had any topwater bites for 2 weeks. We got into this slack water area with some cover, and I was throwing Gary Burton's J&J Timmy G special buzz bait. Basically it's the same setup as a spinnerbait with the split tail, but I put a stinger hook on there, and probably threw it, well, I threw it once, got backlashed, was dragging the bait in, and a fish literally broke the blade off of the buzz bait. And I was about ready to just start throwing the spinnerbait to finish out the day, but Travis said tie a new buzzbait on, and I'm glad I did, because we had two good culls between 230 and 242 that probably added 4 pounds of weight to our total sack on Sunday. So we went from maybe second place overall to winning the tournament on those 2 culls. So those are the 2 baits I threw, and primarily stuck with the spinnerbait because it was getting hammered all weekend, and threw the buzzbait Sunday afternoon. It seems to be a timing thing on this lake. In the afternoon in the fall, you can sometimes get on a good buzzbait bite, and it paid off for us.
All right, thanks Tim. I'll let him get to fishing. We're out on the bank that we probably did the most damage on throughout the 2 weeks. We did catch some at the end of the day in the back of this pocket, and we did catch some off to the left. I'll go over my baits real fast before we get fishing. My main bait was a Man's Baby -1. It's a chartreuse shad color, but they don't even make it anymore, I don't think. And it's actually been a sun faded one that my brother sun faded and gave to me. And then last weekend I didn't do it, but this past weekend I did. I put that VMC bladed treble hook on there. I think that helped produce just a couple extra bites. That was my primary bait that I was throwing. On day 1, I also caught a fish on a buzz toad. That's a Big Bite Baits tour toad in the back of this pocket. I mean, it was just a real small fish, but I mean, that was a big deal to get that one. And then on Sunday, I put on the Rio Rico. It's one of my favorite topwater baits, just working it next to some wood. Buddy of ours told us that's how they were catching them during the week, so I was like, you know what, we'll give it a shot. And then I also had 1 key fish that came in some lily pads that was just on a Spro bronze eye frog in white. I've been having bites in there for the last month and haven't really been getting them, but I was able to get them that day. So that kind of covers the baits. I'm actually going to grab the camera here. We'll grab the camera here and kind of show you a good look at what we were fishing. You can see obviously Timmy's buzzbait or spinnerbait running through there, so you can see this standing grass here. We weren't this close to it obviously when we were fishing it, but this is what we've been fishing. So it's not on the bank, it's off the bank, what, 15 feet off the bank. It's sitting in a couple feet of water, and then we're actually getting close to one of the ditches right now. So normally we're sitting in a couple feet of water, but there's some ditches, channel swings up here that get a little deeper, And all we were doing is I was pitching that baby 1 minus into the little gaps here. Timmy would throw a little further back. And a lot of our fish are right on the ledge. Now last weekend, watching back the video, some of the fish came out in front, especially for me on the baby 1 minus. But this past weekend, when we get bit, it would be right in the heart of that grass and bush. That was the main deal for us. We just work it through just like he's doing. I'd cast in between there and catch them. So we're gonna get after it and see if we can catch us some fish. Show you guys how we were doing it. First wave of fish moving up to Shallow Woods Sunday afternoon. One I sent you a screenshot of.
Yeah.
They also got an older unit. I think the unit Duggar has a 93 plus, not the UHD. There's one big one.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
Not that big, but keeper.
Keeper. There's one.
He's skinny. I smoked it.
Right in the juice too. Right in the juice. And caught the big fish.
They always do that, dude, every time, 100% of the time. Yeah, 15.5-inch fish.
Yep. First keeper.
2-pounder. They're still here. We didn't catch them all. I mean, that could even be a fish that's transitioning. Look how as skinny as he is.
Yeah.
He is not fed up yet.
Not fed.
There we go.
Oh, feel it.
Come off that lay down that's under there.
Oh.
Dang it. I don't even think I made a cast up there in the tournament. I casted at this and this stuff over here, but I never casted at this one single one out there. Oh, I think you just grabbed it again. It got heavy. This powerful bean. We just sit here, pick this shit apart without touching the trolling motor.
Now there got him.
It's a big white.
Is it?
Yeah, it is a
Oh.
big white. Big white.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good white there. That's a slab.
That's a sandwich.
Yeah.
That must be what was hitting me over here. Just little whites. Yeah.
That's a good white. Where there's whites, there's bass.
Yep.
I figured it was a white because it was out in the open.
Yeah.
I think that one back there was probably a bass though, because it was off cover.
Got him?
Yep.
Looks like a largemouth there.
I think the way it is fighting, I would agree. Yeah, it's a good one. Oh, it's a good one. It's a 3-pounder.
Oh my, yes it is.
3 or 4.
Nice. That is a tank. That is a chubba bubba. Let's steal your spot.
Look at his mouth. He's got some fungus or something.
Probably been scooping it up in the freaking mud. That is a
Look.
tank, man. Oh, that's a sore. It's actually scarring.
Look how big this thing is. God dang.
That is a tank, man.
I don't want to lip him though because of that.
That is a big fish. That's a big fish. Long and
4-pounder probably.
Yep.
About a 410.
Nice.
About a 410. Look at that thing, dude.
Yep.
That's a 5-pound body. Look how long he is.
This hasn't eaten yet.
Perfect distance. About 5 feet to the left though. Where I wanted it.
Get one? Oh wow, another one just jumped over. Or is that yours?
No, that's another one. I think this is a short. pulling hard though. Is it a white? Yeah, it's a white. I got hooked on the underside. There we go.
Right side.
That's the cat. Well, I failed on the left side, so I decided there he is. Oh, I missed him.
Oh, man.
How do you lose him? Oh my god.
Oh, well.
Gotta set the hook harder next time.
I think that's what happened is I yanked a little harder and he came off. Oh, there you got him.
That's a little one.
That wasn't the one I had.
Oh, I heard this white. Oh, that's a white actually. No.
Good bite?
Sucking me under. Those whites suck it under like that. That's a little deep. Need a white bass colored. Oh boy, this is stuff. This is not good.
It is when you catch a fish off of there. That's a big fish. Oh, man.
Oh, I ruined the reeds. I ruined the
Shit.
grass.
I thought you had him.
I did too.
He pulled you
Oh,
out
I
of it.
screwed the grass up. Dang it.
Spinner bait, and that one lunged at it. And then in the afternoon, we caught the one there. And then when we went to get your thing, your -1, then I threw across to it, and a 2.5 come out, or 2 3/4. It was a pretty hefty fish. Loosened it up a little bit to make a longer cast. Paid for it. It's a little ragged. I know it'll probably still hold, but
I'm surprised you even throw as much spray as you do. All the rocks. That should have been a cast right there. Oh,
what?
that was a good fish. I was watching your
Oh, there he is. Got him.
white. I don't know if that's the same fish or not. I swore the other one looked green, but maybe it was a white. One more keeper in here, Timmy.
All right. Get him. One of us get him.
I think yours.
Woo! That looks substantial. Oh.
Swiper. Swiper, no swiping. Oh.
But he pulled it up to the surface, so he was able to see.
It would probably just be loaded to the gills. Which I've heard guys winning tournaments and stuff just sitting on one spot.
Right.
Because they just. Why the one? The one guys, there was a deal where that was plastic win.
You got a banana flying over it.
All right, guys, gonna wrap up the night. We got out for about 2.5 hours. Caught about a 410 and another keeper, and Timmy lost a couple, I lost a couple that looked like pretty good fish, so we had probably 4 keeper bites, which kind of what we anticipated. It was really fun. I wish it was always like this. I wish we always just dialed in and just go out and catch fish, but it doesn't happen very often on this lake, but it's happening for us now. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you learned something. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I think we're at like 195 subscribers, so really appreciate your guys' support, and we'll catch you out in the next one.